Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be having a look at the Artspira or Artspira app, I'm not sure how you say it. A couple of people have messaged me and asked me have I used it, and I haven't, but I have got it on my phone. If you can hear Eddie running around in the background, he's running around in my office, I'm sorry. Anyway, I use a Mac and I use an iPhone and an iPad, but I'm assuming that you'll be able to get this if you use an Android system as well. So I went to the App Store and typed in the name. You can see it here on the screen, and this is the icon as it appears on my phone. Now you can put this on an iPad and you can use your Apple Pencil if you want to, but as I say, I don't really use it. I've got it on my phone and I'm just going to show you very briefly how to use it. Now this app works with any ScanNCut machine that is Wi-Fi enabled, and it works with any sewing or embroidery machine that's Wi-Fi enabled. So I'm going to open up the app on my phone and this is what you'll see. Now obviously it may look different if you're looking at it on an iPad, because obviously an iPad is a bigger screen, but this is how it looks on my phone. One thing to point out is that this only works in portrait, so you can't rotate your phone or your iPad, so it's in horizontal view. It doesn't work that way. The first thing you need to do is obviously register either your Wi-Fi enabled cutting machine and or sewing machine, and once you've got the app you can come up to this icon here in the top right hand corner, and on mine you'll see it says embroidery machine not registered and the cutting machine is ready for transfer, so that means I've registered that. It's easy to do, you just follow the on-screen prompts. One thing I would say is you need to make sure that your software on your ScanNCut machine is fully up to date. If you have a Wi-Fi enabled machine, usually when you switch your ScanNCut machine on, in the top left hand corner it might show a little eye in a circle like an information dot, and that's generally where you have your updates. So just make sure your ScanNCut machine is fully updated. So I'm going to be mainly, as I say, talking about the cutting machine because that's all I've got that's Wi-Fi enabled. Okay, so let's just have a look at what's here. So first of all, you'll see top left, it says embroidery designs. So if I click on that, it will bring up all the embroidery designs that you can send over wirelessly and stitch out. And it's got seasons, spring, winter, animals, bugs, flower and plants, flowers, food and drink, vegetables, holidays, nature and weather, tools, emblems, fashion, shapes, heart, letters and fonts. Okay, so if I just scroll all the way back to the beginning, all of those are all embroidery files that you can send over. So if I wanted to say use the window clean embroidery file, I click on it, it brings it up, it tells you the size of it, it tells you the time it will take to stitch it out, it tells you how many stitches it's going to use, and then it will give you a list of the Brother embroidery thread colours. And then all as you would do, assuming you have, as I say, a Wi-Fi enabled sewing machine, you would click create and then you would send it over. Once you've registered your machine, where it says, it will show up at the bottom where it says embroidery machine, and then you would click transfer and it would send it over to your sewing machine in readiness for you to sew it. So if I click done on that one, I'll click cancel. If you wanted to save this design as a favourite, you could click the heart at the top of the page. So if I go back, at the bottom you'll see it says home, then it says new, my creations and settings. So the settings again will take you to your account information. Here you can change the unit from millimetres to inches or yards. You can put on whether you want any notifications from the app, if it does any updates or anything like that. But if I click on new, Under the drawing tools, you'll see there's a little picture of a sewing machine. So that means that you can actually create designs in this app that you can then stitch out. So if I choose that, from what I've looked at so far, you can't create any cutting files, but you can create embroidery files. It gives you the option here to choose a hoop size, so you can choose a 4x4 hoop, or if your machine has a 5x7 hoop, you can choose that. So I'll just choose 4x4 for now. And then you'll see there are some icons. So there's a drawer, an eraser, there's a shapes, there's like an image that can bring things in from your gallery. There's stitch types, and then this slider bar, which I'm not quite sure what it's for yet. I think it's the smooth line. But let's say you wanted to create a simple design of your own. So if I choose the pencil on my phone now, in this box that says 4x4, I can write my name. And because I've got the zigzag chosen, it's showing it as a zigzag stitch. I can save this and give it a name if I want, so I'll call it test and say OK, and it says it's storing the data on the server and it tells me it's saved. And then if I click next, this is like your stitch simulator like we have in, say, in Brilliance Essentials. So if I press the little start button, it will show me how this hand-drawn design that I've just done literally with my finger on my screen would stitch out using a zigzag stitch. If I was happy with that, I can say done, and then again, if I had a Wi-Fi enabled machine, I could send this over to my embroidery machine. It would go into the embroidery pocket and you could retrieve it. So I'm going to cancel that and I'm going to go back, as I say, because I don't want to spend too much time on this because I don't have a sewing machine that's Wi-Fi enabled. But again, if I decided I didn't want this, I could choose the eraser and I could rub it out, and then I could choose the pencil and I could choose the straight stitch and I could write my name again. And this time it would just do it in a straight stitch. So if I save it and click the play button again, you'll see how it's just going to do it in a straight stitch. Okay, so I'm going to stop that and go back because I want to just concentrate on the cutting files. So I'm going to hit the home button, I'm going to go back and I'm going to come all the way back to the beginning. So now again, along the top where it says explore, I showed you the embroidery, there's cutting designs, there's projects, and there's design templates. So again, you can have a look at these, you know, when you've got more time. But if you go to projects, it will bring up all the projects that they've created since this app was launched. So again, you can see these are embroidery designs. Here it says floral gift tag. If I click on this one, it says it's a beginner project. It should take about 35 minutes. And under the time, it's got a picture of a ScanNCut, so you know that this is a cutting project. So again, if you scroll down, it'll tell you the materials that you need. It will give you an introduction and it will give you a step-by-step. And if you tap on this here, it will show you the name of the project. Then if I click create, it will put the elements onto a mat that I'm going to need. Now again, my cutting machine is registered. So if I clicked transfer, it says the data transfer is complete. So that's sent that design over to my ScanNCut machine now. So that's just like when we send a file over wirelessly from Canvas Workspace. So if I click OK and done, and obviously, and I'm going to just go back and back again. When you go to your ScanNCut machine, you would retrieve data and you would choose the cloud Wi-Fi icon, and that will bring the design that you sent up over onto your ScanNCut machine mat. So there's lots of things in here, lots of different projects. I'm going to go back But I just want to come back to the cutting designs. So again, these are all the cutting designs that you can choose and send over wirelessly to your Wi-Fi enabled ScanNCut machine. You can scroll, you know, down the pages. Again, they're broken down into sections. So you've got spring, and here are some of the spring things, winter, there's all different things in here. Animals, bugs, flowers and plants, flowers, food and drink, vegetables, party and occasions, holidays. Again, you can kind of scroll backwards and forwards with your phone as well, or you can click on the sections, tools, emblems, fashion, shapes, hearts, letters and fonts, and go back. So that's kind of what's included. Then you'll see under it says explore, it says embroidery new, and then it says see all, so you can click on here, and this is the magazine that they produce. And as you can see at the moment, it's showing issue 10. If I scroll all the way down, it will take you to the very first project. So you've got the introduction, Halloween, Halloween 3, Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving 2, Thanksgiving 3, upcycling, Christmas, winter, winter. Then you've got issue 1, volume 23, issue 2, volume 23. There's all these different magazine designs. If I click on issue 7, volume 23, it's this, it says Easter week 1. And then again, within this, there are different projects. So there's this embellish with hearts, there's a pencil case, there's a sewing roll. So there's a mixture of cutting and embroidery designs. This one says cute craft embroiderer, funky duck bookmark, and fairies. So again, if you wanted to choose one of these, so let's just choose the fairies. Let's just go back a minute. So under each title, it tells you the minutes and it will give you an icon. So here, these are cutting machines at the bottom. And then under the cute craft embroider, it shows a sewing machine. So that, you know, is for an embroidery, you know, is a sewing or embroidery project. The pencil case is a sewing project. So if we choose the fairies, because that's got the ScanNCut machine emblem underneath it, again, says it's a beginner, should take about 20 minutes. It's for the ScanNCut, shows you with a picture and a list of what you'll need, a step by step. Again, if you just scroll through, it takes you through it step by step, all the way through to the very end to show you the completed project. And then with some of them, there's a video as well that you can watch. But for this one, it says attach the white, light pink and pink paper pieces onto your low tack mat as shown below. Then it says tap the patterns below and send it to your cutting machine. So there are the elements. Again, you would click create and send it over. So it kind of walks you through the process. There's a new section, so anything that's been added in that's new will appear here. So embroidery new, see all, and it will load all the embroidery projects that they've uploaded into the app for you that are new. And cutting new, see all. Again, these are all the new designs that they've added in. And then there's some recommendations. So it says, again, you click see all, and you've got some nice stitch buttons here that you can use. There's music notes. These have all got sewing machines underneath them. This one says Valentine's Day gift box, and this is a cutting design because you can see it's got a little ScanNCut machine underneath it. You know, more embroidery designs. There's all sorts of things in here that you can choose and send over and use. Anything that you've saved, if you go to My Creations, so this was the design I did a few minutes ago, and I saved it and I called it test. So it's here. If I decide I don't want to keep that, I can click edit, just press next to the circle and hit the bin at the bottom and send it to the rubbish to delete it. And then I can go back to home, or I can create something new. So it's quite simple to use. There are quite a lot of cutting designs in here, you know, that you possibly could make use of. There are lots of embroidery designs. Again, you know, if you've just got a 4x4 or a 5x7 hoop and you just want something in particular, you know, you're just looking for something in particular, let's go embroidery and let's see if, let's go to search and I'll type Easter and search, and it's not showing any results for Easter. Let's try animals. So under animals, there's lots of designs. There's a mixture of sewing and cutting files. So if you wanted to create this bunny basket, which is a cut file, you would select it, click create, and it will put all the elements on your mat for you. Let's cancel that and go back. See if there's anything for Easter in the embroidery section. Can't see anything specific at the moment. Let's cancel that, go back to embroidery, try animals again. That's a cute duck. Let's just have a look at that. Now that's an embroidery design, so I'm just going to select it. It tells me that the size is 0.58 by 0.72 of an inch, so that is only tiny. Embroidery time 1 minute and 336 stitches, so that is very small. Let's see if there's anything else. I want to see if there's anything bigger. Let's have a look at the sea lion. So again, that's just about an inch by just under an inch. These look like they're all kind of really small designs. Let's go to flowers. This is an embroidery design. This is 2.6 by 2.24 inches and would take 8 minutes. 4-leaf clover, just under 2 inches square. So there are lots of things in here. Me personally, I probably wouldn't use it, but you know, I can see that somebody, especially if you're new to embroidery and you don't know where to look to get maybe free embroidery files and you've got a Wi-Fi enabled machine, then I can see that this could be useful. The little bell at the top with the little red dot next to it there, that's just your notification. So it says that there's maintenance in March going on, and you can click it and find out what it's all about. As I say, you can favourite items. So let's just say I choose the horseshoe and I want to favourite it, and then I go back home and then I click on the box with the heart in it again. It will show anything I've favourited and it will show you what they are. So these are both machine embroidery designs, but let's go to cutting files and just grab any cutting file. So the graduation hat, favourite it, go back, and then go back to the favourite box at the top. And then this time you'll see I've got the graduation cutting file and I've got the 2 embroidery files. And again, you can filter. So if you've put a lot in here and I knew it was a cutting file that I'd saved, I could just click on cutting and it would show me anything cutting files I've saved, anything that's embroidery, and if I've saved any projects, it will show any projects. So that's just a very, very quick look at the Artspira. I don't know how you say it. I say Artspira, but I don't think I'm pronouncing it correctly. But that's how you save it. I will put a link under this video to another video done by one of the Brother ambassadors, walking you through how to register your ScanNCut machine, and the process it will be the same for your embroidery machine. I didn't see the point in doing one because Julie Faye Fambolza, and she's actually done quite a thorough walkthrough, so I will link to that in the description underneath the YouTube video. So if you're unsure how to set the app up in the first place, then she will walk you through. But to be perfectly honest, I downloaded the app on my phone, had a quick look at it, didn't do anything with it, and then the next time I went to my ScanNCut machine, it said there was an update, and I updated it and it just did it automatically. I don't think I had to do anything like she shows in her video. Maybe I did, maybe I've just forgotten, I'm not sure, but I will put a link under this YouTube video of mine in the description to the video of hers where she walks you through how to set it all up. And then once you've got it on, you know, your phone or your iPad that's Wi-Fi enabled, you can have a play around with it yourself and see what you think. Anyway, I hope it's been helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.